So I finally got around to watching the end of... Wait, is this not... Can you hear the in-game audio is not... Damn it all. How are we supposed to play Morrowind if we can't hear the little pit-pat of the feet? On the plus side, we can't hear the gremlin. That is a good point.
Welcome, Moon and Star. I have prepared a place for you.
What? Why does this happen half the time?
What happened to you?
There we go.
You seem like very good company.
Why does it seem extra loud? Queens, I wish I could see by your head. I wish my... oh, it'd be so useful if cats could... if you could make them transparent. Michael boy? You want to be transparent? Then I won't be able to see you and you could trip me down the stairs. Alright, there we go. I noticed flowers on one of the thrones. Yeah, I think the king is missing or dead or something. Thank you, Demented Shrew. But yeah, so I finally got around to watching the final 2 episodes or the final 2 parts or whatever you want to call it of Attack on Titan. I don't know why people were so upset about the ending. I thought it was satisfying. I was fine with that ending. Maybe I haven't put much thought into it. Or maybe the anime ending is different than the manga ending. I don't know. But yeah. It's about time too, because I swear they had a final season like 4 times.
So I said, where's the money in that?
Okay. So, last time... Oh, right, we have Prince Edmund Septim is coming to Anvil. And the queen would like us to get him out of the city. Show him a wild time around town. He's at the officers' club and she expects us to buy him drinks. Haven't seen AOT, but I like when a show or movie has an ending that's not good and not bittersweet. I don't know. I feel like there's a bit of hope in the ending. I don't want to spoil it, but...
You feeling all right? Maybe you should see a healer.
I mean, I guess it is kind of bittersweet, but it's also... like, it's not like they lived happily ever after, but... I don't know. I thought it was... I liked it. I wonder if Attack on Titan would be more enjoyable to watch now, for the first time, since it's completely done. Instead of it, it started in like 2013.
You've got my ear. Let's hear it.
Yes, what is it?
And I think like seasons kept getting delayed because, it took a long time to make them. Gweeds, you can't sit there. Gweeds, come on. Yeah, hi. I'm sorry. You squeaking at me? It has too many seasons. No, it's only got 4 or 5. Obviously, you don't watch it all in one sitting, but I mean, like, without waiting 2-3 years between it.
I'm listening.
Where's the prince? Is this the prince? This is the prince.
Just cheap.
Let's buy some booze real quick.
I must be going, so if you could make it quick.
I stopped watching around the 2nd season and haven't watched the rest. I mean, it was really interesting when at first it was like, oh, like what's up with the Titan? Like when there was a lot of mystery,
Where did I
and then the story kind of changed when more of the mystery was explained. But then, I don't know. I think it's still worth watching. And then we got politics instead. The politicking in Attack on Titan is it definitely it falls behind, like it kind of fades into the background. Like as soon as it shows up, it kind of vanishes. Cast was changed. Oh, I watched the dub. Well, I watched the subs at first back in like 2013, and then I started watching the dub because I thought the voice actors in that were fine. The most obvious plot twist because the same twist was done so much at the time. What was the plot twist? What, in season 2? I can't remember which season was which season. Does he have anything to say about Caius? If I liked you better, I might tell you. Okay. The last season was Mappa? Oh. The last season or the last season specials? Because they have like 3 final seasons. And Prince Enmund Septim, son of the Emperor, and all that. The fact the world is much bigger than you're led to believe. Was that really a twist? I figured that was a given. I take this as about Attack on Titan. Yeah. I watched the last 2 episodes, specials, whatever you want to call them, after the stream yesterday. And I enjoyed it. On behalf of the Queen, welcome to Anvil. I'm buying the drinks. Why does a prince worry about somebody else buying the drinks? Season 4 was 4 parts. Yeah. Yeah, okay. Because like I kept feeling like every time they release something new, it's like, this is the final season. It's like, okay, well, it's not done yet. What are you just finish it. God damn it. Oh, very good. I was wondering if the Queen would send someone. Yes, please. Let's share a few drinks. I'm thinking 3 bottles of Cyrodiil brandy, 3 bottles of Flynn, and 2 bottles of Cursed. Oh, and a bottle of that Go Nogro stuff. The Redguard wine. I had some on the way over, and it was to die for. Oh, he doesn't. This guy doesn't have it. What did he say? A bottle of Cursed.
Going, so if you could make it.
Or 2 bottles of cursed. This guy's an alcoholic. The prince is entitled. Well, yeah, he's a prince. Where can we find... We probably go to the Abbaset. They probably have it.
With
I'm not
pleasure.
busy now.
Please,
What do you
go
need?
ahead. I'm all ears.
Talk is free. What do you want?
Oh, where do I get the Redguard wine?
Someone has taken their toll on you.
Let's
Maybe
hear it.
you should get healed.
Try the inside bar. What? There's a
Where did I put
there's a more bar. Do they have the
What's
fancy
this?
stuff?
With pleasure. Please.
I'm
go
listening.
ahead. I'm all ears.
Can I just swipe it off the table, maybe? Oh, can we play blackjack? 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 Oh, man.
With pleasure. Please.
Can't gamble.
I'm all ears. I'm listening.
Speak freely, friend. Speak freely, friend.
Ah. Why does nobody have
Anytime.
what I need?
May
You're
the
tall.
wind be on your back.
You try the Tamriel mod? What do you mean? You mean the mod that lets you go to other parts of Tamriel in Morrowind?
Greetings to you. A pleasure to
No, I haven't.
From where do you hail?
Why is this connected to a bank? Oh no, that's the fight pit. Yeah, no, I never tried that Tamriel mod. I just figured we go to Anvil instead.
All right. Maybe we should see it.
Watch your step.
Invincible kind of lost me with the season 1 ending. Really?
Speak up.
That's the only reason why I watched the show is because I saw the memes. And I saw that final fight scene. I was like, oh, that's interesting. Where can we get that wine? Let me see. Am I spelling it right? The only thing I'm not really liking about Invincible right now, and I guess it makes sense because Mark is still basically a kid. The whole, like, if I were a superhero, I'd probably, I don't know. I hate the whole, like, oh, we can't kill the bad guys. It's like, this person is literally gonna commit genocide the second he has a chance. Like, personally, I'm not too fond of capital punishment. Mostly because I don't think we can enact it without fallibility. But if you're in a superhero storyline and there's a dude in front of you who's like killing hundreds of people, it's like, just rip his head off. Like, come on, what do you, like, seriously? Like, come on.
friend.
He's guilty. Do it. But then I'm not better than him. Yes, you are. F? Oh no, what happened? What happened? Yeah, clogging the internet pipes? Yeah. Weird. Right when I bought the wine. Okay. Might be Twitch being Twitch. Maybe. Anyway,
Let's get
this
this
guy looks
moving
fancy.
quickly.
I want his clothes. I want his boots. Although my boots are better. Killing a killer keeps the same number of killers in the world. Yeah, but you just kill 2 killers and then the problem's solved. Three bottles of brandy, 3 of Flynn, 2 of Cursed, and a bottle of that Go Nogro wine. To the Empire. Ah, oh yes, things have been somewhat rocky as of late. But we've been through worse. And anyway, I'm here I'm here to get away from all that talk. So tell me, what's it like being part of the Queen's court? What kind of things do you do for her? I killed a Slode. A Slode around here, truly. Hats off to you, then. I can't stand those vile things. I've only seen one in person, and it was dead. But it was still quite enough for me. It's a bit of an interesting story, actually. This is... Guides, I can't see... I move. This was just after the Imperial Simulacrum. My brother and I were redoubling our training, which I'm getting ahead of myself. Abel was taking lessons on mysticism. Guides, I can't... Every time I try to look around him, he's like looking at me. What? What? You gotta move your head. Come on. What? You wanna do a high five? High five. Oh, you can't even see him. Paw? Paw. Give me paw. Come on, paw. No, you just look angry. It's like, why are you making me perform? I'm not a clown. Come on, go. What? I wonder if the meow picked up. He just meowed at me. Edmund seems like a nice man. I hope he lives a long time. I'm sure he will. So I tell him that he's full of it, of course. 5 paces would be tough, considering he can barely stand at this point. 10 is simply out of the question, but he's insisting he can, so everyone sits back to watch him. Except while he isn't looking, one of the duchesses enchants the dart. So he hobbles to his spot, lazily throws it, and reverses course straight into his hat. That's funny. Wait, that's not even the best part. Yeah, this is just drunken rambling. It was terrifying. I truly thought I was going to die. It's just so unfair. Why I didn't do anything to deserve this, but now half the Empire thinks I'm a monster in disguise, and my mother and my brothers. And I can't talk to any of them about it because they might kill me if I'm alone in the room with them. Oh, we're moving around the bar. I grabbed Sazden Adenbul. Just killed a Whisperer in old school for the first time. Oh, congratulations. This place is great. This is great. You're great. Thank you, Cyrodiil. You're a true friend. I'm sorry I didn't mean to bring the mood down so far. It's this damn drink. But I just can't make it through the day without it. Oh, that's a shame. Fatasha and Josian hate me for it, I know, but... We're in Marav's storage shed. We're drunk. I fell unconscious and have woken up in a shed. Greetings.
You feeling all right?
No.
Maybe you should see a healer.
Why didn't I heal while sleeping?
I see you've taken your share of abuse.
Speaking of TV shows being bad, I have seen some Wheel of Time recaps, and I'm so glad I didn't give it another chance. I didn't even know they were making a show of that. I never read them, so. What's my take on cloud gaming? It's good for people. Cloud gaming is where you basically, the rendering is done not on your own computer, so you just stream the graphics basically. It's good. It's good for people who don't have access to higher end computers. I mean, any problems with it would be the same problems you'd have with like any other live service stuff. I would think. I don't know a lot about it though, so I don't want to say too much. You need a mighty fine internet connection for cloud gaming. That's what I would assume. Oh, he's gone. Oh, I forgot to place a mark near the queen. Now we gotta walk all the way back to her.
Speak freely, friend.
Yeah, I wonder what, like, would a gigabit connection be enough for it? I would assume so. Since I don't know if you can get better than gigabit. Oh, there's the airship. Was that always there? I think that's new. You think Edmund Septim is like Sanguine in Skyrim? I don't think he's a Daedra, but it's probably it was going for a similar thing. Is this the same Richton from Redguard? Richton. Who's Richton? I mean, well, Redguard was in his second era. So probably not. Who was Richton? What did I just like completely blank on a person? The fat guy with the airship in Redguard? Oh. I thought the airship sank in that game. Well, maybe they got the boomers to bring it back up. Oh, cheap viewers, no way.
Oh,
So, where are you
not
from?
again.
What do you mean you don't know where he is? This is unacceptable. Retrace your steps, talk to people along the way, or something. We cannot allow him to any harm to come to him. Why?
Greetings to you. A pleasure to meet you.
I showed him a great time. I don't know where he went. Dream isn't dead. Yeah, there was a weird hiccup for some reason. Why did I do that? Am I diseased? Nope. You see where he went? Did you see where he went? Oh, these are the Richtons. Ah, okay. Or this is Richton. Vassal Richton.
I'm listening.
Did you see where he went? Yes, his bodyguards let me know he was missing. You and he burst in here sometime after you originally left last night, asking to be served. When I said I thought you'd had enough, Prince Edmund said that you were going to ask in Morav next. I don't know why he chose that place in particular, but it's where I'd start looking. God damn it.
Hello.
Back in Morav.
Did you want something?
Watch your step.
My best connection has been 48 megabits. I assume that Mbps. That's rough. I hate that that they market stuff as megabits per second because there's no reason, you know? It just makes it seem better than it actually is. Which is exactly why they do it. Like, oh, it's a gigabit connection. Well, yeah, that means 125 megabytes. So it's not gigabytes. It's very sneaky. Where's Morav? Just to the northwest.
You feeling all right? Maybe you should see a healer.
It'd be faster just to walk there. It's called creative marketing. Yeah. I hate that you can get, like, you'll buy a package that's symmetrical. So it should be, you know, it's like, oh, it's like, you know, 200 down, 200 up. It never is. The upload speed is always like 10% of what the download speed is. And it's like, there's nothing you can do about it. It's just like, hey, this is incorrect. Oops, sorry. Fortunately, I'm in an area where we actually have 2 providers. So I can be like, fine, I'm going to the other one. And then if you have a contract with one of them, the other one will usually pay to get you out of the contract. So you can just keep jumping back and forth, getting the reduced rate. It's annoying, but it saves money. You just basically be like, okay, well, Comcast, I'm going to go see what Verizon has to offer. And then either they'll try to sweeten the deal or Verizon will sweeten the deal and get you to come over. It's like one of the few situations where you feel like you could have power over a company. Kind of nice. You don't, but it feels like you do.
You've got my ear. Let's hear it.
She looks very friendly. I like her. Where's the Emperor? Or the Prince? She doesn't know. You suck. I hate you.
Greetings.
Maybe that farmer knows something. The illusion of choice. Well, I don't know. You still get the benefits of, you get like reduced rates and stuff. Like a lot of places, you'll have a locked-in rate for 2 years, and it'll be a slightly lower rate, and then after 2 years, they'll increase the rate. Which sucks if you don't have anywhere else to go. But you just switch to the other guys. Because the services are basically the same. They're both equally unreliable. So then you just jump back and forth. Is it the best situation?
Friend.
Probably not. But it's I don't know. Try to see the silver lining. The silver lining of the proverbial cloud, the internet cloud. You sure you're feeling all right? No, we're quite sure no princes have visited our village recently. There was only you and the man who dragged you here. Do you think that might have been the prince? That's why I'm asking. He showed up, demanded we give him more to drink, and trudged off to the northeast when we wouldn't. Either to Talgiana Orchard or Eumaeus, we presumed. Nobody knew what to do with you, so we just put you in the shed. Hopefully it shouldn't be too uncomfortable. It shouldn't have been too uncomfortable. Okay, so the northeast. Only allowed to buy from one provider. I don't know, at your apartment complex. That sucks. It doesn't help though that some places just there's only one option, regardless. Like just the other company, not for necessarily for any reason of like other companies being being like forced out or anything. They just didn't build in that area, so they don't have the infrastructure there to provide the service. So like what do you do? You just got to use what you got to use. What is this? Eumaeus. Bird. I do remember one time there was a storm that, or it wasn't even a storm, it was just like a weird, there's a thing called a microburst where basically the sky decides to just be like, oh, fuck this area, and it just hits like a 1 mile area with this huge gust of wind that just obliterates everything. It's very strange. I didn't know it was a thing until it happened. All the telephone poles on the street snapped. So we didn't have power for a few days, and the internet utility people had to come out to fix the internet connections, or the fiber connections and all that. And I basically, well, like they came by some parts of the street and connected up some houses, but our house, we didn't get a connection. So I'm like, what's going on? Why did they skip us? So I basically just messaged Comcast and I was like, okay, if you're not going to do it, we're just going to switch. And then somebody came out like at like 9 p.m. They really do not want you leaving. But yeah, look up a microburst. They're pretty crazy. It's like, have you ever seen that phenomenon where like if you put an ice tray in the freezer, sometimes a piece of ice will have like a spike coming out of it because like pressure is weird and it just forces the ice up. It's like that, but wind coming from the sky. It's just like, and it just hits, and like a 1 mile radius will just get like churned with super high powered wind. It knocked over a couple trees, which hit the power lines, and I think the power lines being hit pulled at the power lines and caused like a cartoony sort of like snap, 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 snap down the street of all the poles. Is that only a U.S. thing? What, power lines? Some parts of the U.S. Some places in the U.S. have their lines underground. Microbursts happen everywhere randomly. Oh, I meant the weather. Oh, yeah. I'd never heard of a microburst until it happened. It's very, I wonder how rare it is. I mean, maybe it is rare. I don't know. I've never seen it, so it's rare. Like, and it wasn't even... Like, it was just like a mildly rainy day when that happened. I have weird-ass deja vu. I think I have talked about it before. It was an interesting experience. Especially walking down the street and just seeing, like, everything broken. But, like, it was only the street. Like, everywhere else was fine. But they had to replace all the poles. And they replaced them with, like, poles that were twice as tall. Because, I think the poles on the street were... They were up to code when they were built, but they were built so long ago that the code has changed. So now the new poles are up to modern code. So they're a lot taller. Jesus. Good thing you weren't in it. Can't be healthy for you. Well, I mean, I wasn't in the wind. But I was inside a building that was hit by the wind. But yeah, I wonder what that would... I wonder how... You'd probably get blasted onto the ground. U.S. power grid is from the 50s. Yeah, I'm talking about the poles, though. I don't know when the poles were put up. It is funny, though. I remember power outages being way more common when I was a kid. And I don't know what's changed. Because now it only happens when there's, like, serious inclement weather. Like when power lines fall. Like, it definitely used to be more of a thing when I was younger. Maybe it's because when I was younger, I was living in a bigger city. And maybe they were like... Maybe they were doing rolling blackouts in the early 2000s. I don't know. Or maybe it doesn't happen more, but it's more of a... I don't want to say traumatic, but it's more like... I don't know. Stressful when you're a kid. Because you don't know why it's happening. But yeah, now the worst that ever happens is like the lights will flicker for a second. It's like, oh, that was weird. And then, you know, that might happen like once every like 3 months, maybe. Man, this place really is a maze. But yeah, as far as I'm aware, I know rolling blackouts used to be a thing in California, or do they still do it? So the whole grid doesn't completely collapse. They'll like shut off certain parts just to like during like high energy use to like prevent the system from overloading. I don't know if they still do that, or if the system's been, I don't know, touched up so they don't need to do that. If they like built more power plants or something. I wonder if that was the case back in the early 2000s on the East Coast as well. I don't know. Lights flickering is a US thing. Well, no, like they don't flicker. It's just like sometimes you'll just be sitting there and the light will go like boom, like it'll like blink, and be like, oh, that was weird. And that happens like that's not a common enough thing to be like, oh, the lights are flickering again, or it's common enough where it's just like, oh, that was weird, but it's not common enough where it's like, well, when's it gonna happen? It's been a minute. Is it around this way? Let's go that way. Actually, what's this? The barracks. Guy from Texas says there's a storm coming, might lose power, internet. I mean, that can sometimes happen. I can't speak for other parts of the country. That would happen here as well, but that's because our power lines are like the municipal power lines are above ground. So like if a tree falls on it, like that's not even like a negligence issue or anything. It's just like if a tree falls on your shit, it's gonna break it, You say, oh, put it underground, but there's a reason why they're not underground. I don't know the exact reason. I remember looking it up. There is a reason. I think it's because they're harder to. I think underground maintenance is harder in regions that get cold because if something happens in the winter, the ground is frozen, so you can't like get to the power lines if they're underground. Cool sword you got there. What, the abysmal blade? Or this guy? Enos's Furious Flash. In winter, the ground is frozen in JBN 2025. Well, some places the ground just like in New England, a lot of houses have basements, and it's got to do with like how the foundation of a house has to be built. But in other parts of the country, they don't have basements because there's like not permafrost that you have to deal with, I think. Like, so when power goes out, it's not like a maintenance or a negligence issue. It's just, it's an act of God. Like, there's nothing you can do about it. You can't build power lines to stop nature. We also have power lines above ground, but they don't go out during a storm. I don't know why you can lose power during a storm on a regular basis. Well, there's also the issue, it's not just power lines that could go out. There's other issues that might be a negligence thing. But again, I can't speak for other parts of the country. Like if too many people try to use more power than the system has, then there could be a blackout. If a power plant, for whatever reason, turns off because of weather, there could be a blackout. Usually, whenever I deal with power outages, it's because like a power line falls, or like a pole, or the whole street. The wind knocks down a bunch of poles on the street, and it sounds like explosions, just wood snapping. Do I miss the bigger cities? I mean, I still live in. It's not as big as Boston, but I wouldn't say I'm in like a ooh, red hilted sword. Two-handed long blade. Damage health 2 to 6 for 2 seconds. Like I'm not in a huge city, but I'm not in like, the middle of nowhere. Not trimming back trees that are right next to power lines is a sign of negligence. Possibly. But sometimes even if the trees get trimmed, things can happen that can cause the whole tree to fall. Or the power of the poles can break. That's what happened. The poles broke. Like, I don't know if there's really anything you could do to withstand the full might of like 400-mile-per-hour wind just being like, fuck this area. I don't know if the wind is that fast, but it was pretty fast. I'm surprised that the wires held up because the wires didn't break. All the wires were fine for the most part. It was the poles that broke, and then the wires were slack. But the wires held up a tree. If it weren't for the wires, a house would have gotten flattened, and I bet a few people would have died. It held up because it's a really well-written show. I don't know why power internet is bad during a storm and only back after the storm. Well, if the storm knocks out any infrastructure, or if there's like an overload on the system, that would cause it to buckle. There's no moon on the wind. Or there's no wind on the... There's no moon on the wind. There's no wind on the moon. There's no air on the moon. And it's not like Mars, where it's like there's barely air. There's no air. There's not one iota of air on the moon. Which is why the footsteps are still there, right? Because there's no wind, so there'd be no erosion. Is Enman even here? Am I barking up the wrong tree? Am I barking up the wrong tree that the wind is going to knock down? Six. Actually, this looks like, no. Hold on. Where is it? Whoops. Need that back. God damn it. Yeah. I don't know why that reminds me of that. The treasonous ring. Hello, particular eyes. It gets 250 Fahrenheit on the moon. Yeah, it's because it's direct sunlight. But on your back, if you're looking at the sun on the moon, you'll get really hot. But if and your back will be really cold. You know, space is really cold, but you risk burning. But only on one side. Just go to the part where the sunlight meets the shade. Our arrows will blot out the sun. Then we shall hug in the shade. What was it yesterday we were talking about? Hug. Yeah, hug. I watched the wrong edition. No, I watched the good Christian version of 300. We were saying something like a stupid question that was asked when somebody was a kid. I can't remember what the stupid question was, but I was trying to think of a stupid question that I asked. And I remember when we were learning about just like how day and night work I think it was like second grade or something. I don't know how old I was, maybe third grade. We were learning about something that had to do with like the day side and the night side. And we were looking at a picture of like, okay, so here's the day and here's the night. And I asked, what's it like if you're standing on the line? Like between the day and night. Not realizing, oh yeah, that's sunset. Like in retrospect, it's like, oh, that's a stupid question. But I mean, like at the time, it's like, yeah, I'm like 6 years old. It's like, I don't know. But what's funnier is I've heard flat earthers be like asking the same question. It's like, okay, well, I was 6 when I was wondering that. You're like 37. Like, I don't want to say there's no stupid question, or I don't want to say there's stupid questions. But that's kind of. Here's the thing: if you're saying the question and not asking the question, then I'm going to say it's a stupid question because you're not actually interested in an answer. You're not asking a question; you're saying a question. You're a question sayer. You're not curious. I'm gonna go to the orchard. The only stupid questions are those that are meant to be statements. Yeah. Question sayers, not question askers. If you're genuinely asking a question, that's fine. But if you're just trying to be like, well, what about this? And you're not actually interested in the answer. Especially when the answer can easily be Googled. Like you could get the answer very easily. But you're just thinking like, oh, gotcha. Gotcha questions. Those are the ones. Not gotcha, but gotcha. Not the gotcha questions where it's like, oh, how many dollars am I gonna have to put into this thing to win a prize? But gotcha as in I got you. Look at all these cocks. Haven't heard anything? Maybe try asking the field workers.
Please, go ahead. I'm all ears.
Is chat saying questions to you? You are. I think Cato Stanius said he saw something. Ask him.
Want
Where's
something, friend?
Cato Stanius? The light side and dark side of the moon is constantly changing. This is true.
Speak freely, friend.
It's the far side of the moon that is always facing away from us. Because the moon's orbit and rotation is basically the same, takes about basically the same amount of time. Was that honestly him? I thought it was just my mind playing tricks on me. Yes, I saw him. He stumbled onto the orchard, drunk out of his mind, kept yelling about needing something to drink. Before I could figure out what to do, he stumbled off again. Very coffee today. Before I could figure out what to do, he stumbled off again. It looked like he was heading south towards Eumaeus. God damn it. Okay, so we are going to Eumaeus. Back to Eumaeus. Trying to think of an interesting moon fact. Saturn and its rings could fit between the Earth and the moon. That's both how far away the moon is and how big Saturn is. It speaks to both of those things. Piccolo once blew it up. He did. He did. Kind of screws with the power scaling. Well, no, I guess Piccolo being able to destroy a planet's reasonable. Maybe. Well, should have just done that to Raditz. Was that filler? There was also that filler episode where Vegeta destroyed a planet. I feel like that's not a thing he could do. There's a hidden base on the dark side of the moon. And it's on wheels, so it's constantly moving. They ever explain how they did that when Master Roshi already destroyed it in Dragon Ball? Did he? I never watched all of Dragon Ball. I probably should. I have Crunchyroll. I should just watch it. Did they wish it back? They might have. I mean, I would. The moon seems pretty important to a lot of life. Is there a condensed version of all the Dragon Balls? I can't think of a joke. Need to finish watching Frieren. Is that how it's said? Frieren? I've heard about that. It looks interesting. Ah, this is new. in the drink. Kind of like a secret passage. Nope. Okay, we're already over this way. That looks like somewhere we haven't investigated yet. It is. And my teeth whistled. That was weird. The barracks key. Find Obama. Maybe we could finally learn his last name. So stupid. Where the hell am I supposed to go? Where is this prince? There always exist antipodal points on Earth with the same temperature and pressure. And there are antipodes on Earth where if you put bread on each side, you'd make a sandwich out of the whole planet. Make an Earth sandwich. Is he in the prison? Is he in the interior? Do taxidermy, that's something I ever, would a taxidermied head last? How long do they last? Do they have to be, maintained? A little too morbid for me, so it's never something I really looked into, but I'm wondering, shouldn't that be a little more decrepit? Obama's last name? Yeah, no one knows. It's a mystery. Look at Lenin. Yeah, but I assume he's maintained. I'm just wondering if you have, a taxidermied something that's just been in a ruin. Would it not be ruined as well? How long have these forts been here? These forts predate the Septim Empire. So... Chuck Testa, oh my god. That's a taxidermied meme. I feel like this room feels important. But I don't think it is. Oh, here we go. Thank you for finally unlocking the door. I've been trapped in here for years. No, wait, please, stop. Ah! No, die. There we go. Taxiderm meme. You probably thought this was a new meme. Nope, Chuck Testa. Oh my god, that's... Ugh. Man. It just feels weird to say now. It's been so long. Oh, I thought that was a drill. I thought that was just a power drill. The septum utility belt. Ye old power drill. I saw a meme that was kind of, well, I guess, was it a meme? Well, I saw a picture. It was like what was it? It was like middle-aged dad sorting hat or whatever. Not even middle-aged dad, just like dad sorting hat. And it was the 4 different power tool companies. It's like there's the red one, there's the green one, there's the yellow one, and there's the blue one. Which one do you pick? And then all of your tools will be that company because they have interchangeable batteries. And then I realized, oh yeah, it is true. I have only one company of tools as well. I guess you do pick one and you just stick with it. Like, are you in House DeWalt? Or let's see, what's the red one? Milwaukee. And they all dislike each other. I don't know enough about power tools to be able to say which one's better than the other. All I know is that if I have to screw something in, I'd rather be using a power drill than the actual screwdriver because screwdrivers are a pain in the ass. Unless you have one of those like a ratcheting screwdriver. That's a little more convenient. But I don't have one. I should get one. I'm sick of screws that have tentacles coming off them. Like they should stop making screw bits or the screw heads look like the friggin' Azura's Star from Skyrim. It's like I don't have the tools. Stop trying to make me just not be able to repair shit. Why do I gotta need like a heat gun to open up a friggin' phone? God damn it. Let me fix my shit. It's my shit. Tentacles. Have you seen the screw heads that just look ridiculous because they know nobody has those screw those attachments for whatever screw they have because they don't want you opening it up to fix it yourself. They want you to have to pay $300 to get it fixed. So you got these so you got the tops of screws that look like this. I hate it. Just Phillips. Or even flathead. I hate when flatheads are near power out when the outlet cover is a flathead because I always worry I'm gonna slip and like stick the screwdriver into the socket. It'd probably be fine because if you only have it in one, because like the little thing that blocks it from opening unless you have 2 things, but still makes me nervous. The only benefit of a flathead screw is that you can use like a butter knife to open it. If you don't have a screwdriver on hand, just like, just get a knife. There we go. You don't turn the power off beforehand. I mean, if you're just replacing the cover. I like to live dangerously. Fuck is this guy? Is he in the barracks? I have a feeling he's like outside. Looking for the vault area. I was in the vault area, but... The vault area? I don't need to jump. Yeah, the most I do with electricity, though, is replacing the plates on them. I understand enough about electricity to know that I don't know enough about electricity to do it properly. So I'd rather have somebody who knows what they're doing do it. And stay as far away from it as possible. Trying to fix a stove once. One of the little knobs. So the stove has a light that would tell you, like, oh, like a burner is on, the electric stove. Burner is on, or stovetop hot. And for whatever reason, the stovetop hot light the burner light never turned off. So then it's like, okay, we'll take out the little switch thing and see what's inside. Oh, part of it's melted. Okay, so we need a new one. So we ordered a new one. I put it in, hook it all up, plug in the oven. All the lights went off, and the oven, like, yelled at me. And there was like a spark that went somewhere. So I was like, yeah, I'm not doing this. This is electricity scary. I was playing around with an Arduino kit once because I wanted to familiarize myself with Arduino stuff. This was when I was going to be doing like computer science stuff. So I was playing around with an Arduino, and one of the projects was creating like a thermal sensor. So I was like, if you grab this thing, and you hold it, the display will tell you what temperature it's reading. So the idea is like I don't know exactly how the component worked. What was the name of the component? I can't remember the name of the component. It had 3 little things. It was like semicircular. It was a half cylinder with 3 little spokes sticking out the bottom. I can't remember the name of it, what it was called. But the idea was you could touch it, and it would register your body heat, and then it would tell you how hot your fingers are. If you put it in backwards, the opposite happens, where instead of it pulling in heat to tell you how hot the thing is, instead it creates heat. So when you grab it, it's like 300 degrees Celsius. Electricity is confusing. Just putting something in the wrong way is enough to screw everything up. I burnt my fingers. It's the fingerprint eraser, exactly. My electric pineapple. Coal pile? Electricity is quite simple. If you don't know what you're doing, don't do anything. Yeah. Well, that's my take. Like I said, I know enough about electricity to know that it is above my pay grade. Damn it, I thought this was going to be where he was. There's a reason why electricians are expensive. Here he is. Greetings. His head is weird. Cyrodiil, you're... Ow. I really shouldn't be yelling. You're here. Gods, my head hurts. And I barely remember how I got down here. Can you get me out? I don't think I can make it on my own. Yep, come on. One of the things that worry me, though, with electricity, it's not even so much getting electrocuted, because if you're doing work on, like, outlets or whatever, you should turn the breaker off, so there's no, like, it's not live. The thing that I worry about is doing things correctly, or doing things that seem correct, but not realizing I made a mistake, and then the whole house catching on fire. That's what I worry about. I'd rather get electrocuted than burned to death, because I feel like the former is a bit faster. You know? Just get it over with. How many milliamps become deadly? Well, it matters how much power is being delivered. Like the voltage. They do the whole, volts, jolts, current kills, but it's also voltage affects current. Like, it doesn't matter. It could be like 10 amps, but if all that's behind the 10 amps is like a joule of energy, you're probably going to be fine. But then there's also the issue of your body's natural resistance could reduce the current because your resistance is different than what the wire would have. So it would be like a high amperage through a wire, but it'll be a low amperage through your body. Basically, volts, jolts, currents, kills. Electricity can hurt you. Be careful. Like, you don't need these cute mnemonics. Just don't touch live wires. That's my advice for the day. Don't touch live wires. Finally, thank you so much for your help, Cyrodiil. It seems my bodyguards weren't far behind you. I'm sure they have their own opinions on your involvement, but I want you to know that I don't blame you for this at all. In fact, I want to reward you. I'll be leaving Anvil soon, but before I go, meet me at my airship at the top of Goldstone's Garrison Tower. Oh, that's how we got here. Why? Wow. He had to go by airship from Cyrodiil, from the Imperial City to here? Fancy, fancy.
If there's
I
a
think I can
barrel
spare
at the
a few
bottom
minutes.
of the barrel, that's where you'll find him.
With
I read that 40 milliamps can kill you. Well, I think it also does. I don't know, 40 milliamps. What's the human body resistance? Is like, isn't it like 100,000 kilo ohms? Or 100,000, or it's 100 kilo ohms or something like that? Because resistance, current, and voltage are all related. V equals IR. So if something is 40 milliamps, the voltage would have to be a certain amount, inversely proportional to the resistance. The mnemonics for electricity don't. I ain't no electrician. But if something says there's a reason why the warnings say warning 600 volts and not warning potentially not 1 milliamp or 1 amp or whatever. It's like, because it doesn't. It's the voltage. It's. You can't guarantee how much current is going to come through the thing, but we know the battery can deliver 600 volts. So, warning, 600 volts. Where am I going? Right,
Talk is free. What do you want?
the airship.
pleasure. Please, go ahead. I'm all ears.
I'd be happy to talk. My pleasure, really.
I'd be happy to talk. How much current does it take to kill someone? The answer is very little. A current as of little as 7 milliamps across the heart for 3 seconds is enough to kill you. 0.1 amps, 100 milliamps passing through your body will almost certainly be fatal. But how much... But is that also... My point is that a high enough voltage will deliver that current. So if something has a high voltage, it's also dangerous. Right? Like, because if something has a low voltage, it wouldn't necessarily be able to deliver enough current to kill you. Because voltage is directly proportional to the current. Or the current is directly proportional to the voltage. How do I...
Well met, friend.
Let me talk to the queen. Glad to see you're able to get him out of Eumaeus, but we need him out of the city as well. Apparently he's waiting for you before he leaves. Go to his airship on the roof of the garrison and let him finish. Let me just levitate.
Right here, let's hear it.
Faster way of getting there. The TEM perihelion.
I'm listening. So, if I can be of any assistance, I'll be happy to help.
The airship will leave after the quest, so make sure you explore it. Alright. An Imperial Ebony Cuirass. Oh, cool. My friend, hello again. You'll be glad to know that I found something suitable for your reward. Here, a fine ebony cuirass. I wish I could stay longer, but after that incident, I'm afraid I've made a bit too much noise here.
I have prepared a place for you.
Noise. So the best if I stay on the move. Still, I quite enjoyed your company. Thank you, Devil Lord 62. Fun fact, no one knows how the little holes on the microwave door works. They stop the microwaves from escaping, and it just works. That's because the microwaves are bigger than the holes. Sorry to pull the rug out from under your feet. But they're micro? Yeah, but they're not micro enough. Well, a microwave is... How are they bigger than the holes? Because they are. The wavelength of a microwave. What is a microwave oven? That's what I've never... What is it, 2.4 gigahertz? What's the wavelength of a microwave oven? 2.4 gigahertz. And converting the frequency, the higher the frequency, the smaller the wavelength. So 2.4 gigahertz to wavelength. I think you like divide by the speed of light. It's 12.5 centimeters. So a microwave is like half a foot. It's like this big. I guess 12.5. What is it, like 2.5 to 5 inches? It's micro. I don't know why it's called microwave, but they're not itty bitty. They're not like microscopic. See what I mean? You can't explain it. I just did. If anything, they should be called like gigawaves, because they have gigahertz. Although, what's the frequency range of a microwave? Microwave frequency range is between 300 megahertz to gigahertz. Yeah, so the term microwave doesn't really... It's not very descriptive. To be honest, the name of the lights aren't very descriptive. The name of different types of lights aren't very descriptive, because it's like microwave, X-ray, gamma ray. It's like comic book authors name these things. Ultraviolet. Is that why things rotate in the microwave? Because the waves aren't that small? Yeah, it's to prevent... So there are standing waves. It'll create standing waves. So you can actually, if you put like chocolate in the microwave and remove the plate, you'll see melted spots and unmelted spots. Because that's where the waves hit, and the other waves, like, miss. Or the waves, like, don't hit other parts of the food, which is why you want it to spin, so it can hit different spots of the food. There are microwaves that don't need to spin, because the magnetron, is that what it's called, the magnetron? The thing that creates the microwaves moves. So you don't get standing waves in the compartment. My job has a row of microwaves for heating food, but they cheaped out on the spinning plates. Well, then the food wouldn't get heated. You'd have to mix it all the time. It's also why they kind of recommend that you should place food off-center in the microwave, so it can, like, touch more of the space. Like, it doesn't, like it moves around more. Mace of Deep Crushing. Fortify blunt, damage health. Wind strikes. Not bad. Not interested, though.
What was that?
What is through here? These are the guards' quarters. An ebony helmet. I'll take that. Silverware. I am over encumbered. Put on this cuirass. Get rid of the... Was I not wearing... Wait, what was I wearing on my... What armor was I wearing? Was I not wearing armor? Oh, here it is. Common hat, common pants, common shoes. They stole my helmet, but they left this crappy bronze cuirass.
Watch your step.
Ooh. It's scientific because there's got tubes. Percussive maintenance. Fortify luck, 10 points for 15 seconds on strike. Sky Skiff engine. Skyrim? An old partner of mine had only ever cooked bacon in the microwave. So strange. I feel like the microwave is like the... I love microwaves. It's just so convenient. Place is way bigger on the inside than the outside. Is this TARDIS? Have we found the Elder Scrolls TARDIS? What the hell is this? This is not an effective globe. Scroll of Candles. Fire damage. Summon Flame Atronach 8 seconds on self. Huh. Weird.
Speak freely, friend.
You may look around, but don't try anything stupid. Ooh, chameleon crossbow. A sextant. Ebon weave bracers. Imperial Manonaught helm. I don't understand how they have this airship, but I love it. It's like the Hindenburg, except more effective for a few reasons. I don't know how they steer the thing. You can't even see through the front.
Speak freely, friend.
You ever read the conspiracy theory where people microwave water, then water a plant, and the plant dies, which means microwaves kill you? Could it have anything to do with the fact that they're giving a plant boiling water? I believe that that would kill a plant. I think they're onto something. This guy's cool looking. Does he have to die? The prince's quarters are off limits. You are welcome to visit the flight deck if Captain Hanover is feeling gracious. I mean, we're almost done here, so... Oh, it's light armor? Ugh. Sanctuary amulet. That's actually pretty good. Oh, she saw me. Uh-oh. It's a toxic shock trap. He died for nothing? No, because I want to get into this room. I want to get into the prince's quarters. See what he has to steal. Wait, what did you do? You knocked the paper off the desk? You being fresh? Paralyzed for 6 months. And then when the spell effect wears off, you have to relearn how to walk. Would magical paralysis cause muscle atrophy? Or does it imply that... Oh, that's the guy we just killed. Does it, like, lock your... Is it like a temporal stasis? Or is it a physical stasis? Hey, good boy. I did the alternate questline ending to KOA. It was the light armor reward. Oh, yeah, isn't it the one where you cause the, or you do a coup? Imperial Signet Ring. Satan Pillow. You knew the prince was evil. Is there anything else here worth killing for?
You want something?
Check under the pillows. There's probably nothing under the pillows. Or would the prince have to hide anything under his pillows? Yeah. Nothing. Could bring them to the mudcrab march and make them a fort. Check on top of the bed. Oop. Daedric left pauldron. A weird thing to have. Oh, thank you for the gift sign, call sign bones. The gift sign? Did I say gift sign? Gift sub. See one word, say one word. Yeah, now we're ready to quest in in Outland. Look at this clown suit.
I'm listening.
You hear they might be doing Or maybe it's confirmed. I don't know. I just saw something briefly. They might be doing a classic realm for Legion. World of Warcraft Legion Classic. That could be fun. I like to see more games do like Leagues sort of stuff. Because like Season of Discovery is a bit League-like, right? Where there's like different, like slight changes that really change up how the game works.
I'd be
Or how it
happy to
feels.
talk. My pleasure, really.
Frank, what, you don't want to do rubs? Do you want to bite me? Yeah, good boy. Good. I'm glad he's alright. And that he's out of our city. But it appears Harius Thimistrel has not been so cautious around the prince as we have. He's left Anvil along with 2 minor nobles. He's kidnapped 2 children. The nobles that he disappeared with are named Akaterina Hadrak and Lavis Ceralius. Akaterina is an influential voice in the Navy and the daughter of Michael Hadrak. That's Michael. The daughter of Mike. One of the 2 nobles who attempted a coup against me 4 years ago. How are they not in prison? Lavis has no connection to the previous coup, but he's one of the Legion's ranking officers in Anvil. Their involvement suggests that Harius is attempting to sway the military to his side. We cannot allow this. I need you to visit Navarch Tilidorus Cadmerius in Fort Telodrach and Commander Sepilius Tarvetius in Fort Heath. I swear, I have an easier time saying the Dunmer names. You should try Turtle WoW.
Welcome, Moon
It's
and
awesome and
Star.
free.
I
Basically
have
classic
prepared a
WoW
place
plus
for
simple
you.
improvement. I don't like private servers. Thank you, PB&J. For the Prime. PB&J. And Commander Citadel and Fort Heath engage their positions. If this is another coup, as is almost certain at this point, then the support of the Navy and the Legion will be essential. Leave immediately and waste no time. He is in prison? Oh, okay, good. Fort Telodrach.
I'm listening.
All right. Gotta go to Fort Telodrach and then Fort Heath. New Dwemer ruin popped up named Brandschutz Verodrung. Verordnung. Yeah.
Yes?
Oh, not you. I still like Nature Dams and Nachardums. What are you doing, Gweeds? You waiting for something? I already fed you. You don't need more. What? You can just barely see his ears. There's one. Yeah. His ears blend in with my shirt. Not even sure how to translate Verordnung. Oh, is it something with the Minecraft server? The fire shelter ordering? Would we just be like the fire shelter construction? The edifice? The order of fire security?
You want something?
So, where are you from?
What?
I should probably wash up before.
Yes, Redguard. You want something?
If I were the captain of a navy, I would not want my quarters to be at the tip top of the tower. Seems like a pain in the ass. Especially in a world without elevators.
Yes? I'm listening.
I also have a fancy outfit. Yeah. What is it, Queens? Oh, he's got a little knot behind his ear. Queens, you gotta do a better job at dealing with the little knots in your fur. Yeah. Gonna have to deal with that later. Before I give you the bad news, I want to say that I support Queen Malona, but a lot of officers under my command don't. As much as it pains me to admit, I can't guarantee that any naval support I'd give you wouldn't defect to join Harrius. What I can do is let you know that a recent patrol saw movement at Misharstedt, the Remand fortress on the island near Tresvi. We weren't sure what to make of it, but based on what you've told me, I'd bet that's where Harrius is getting his people together. Okay. Alright, so Miss Charstedt near Tresvi. Tresvi is it up here? Yeah, so that okay, Miss Charstedt is that's not really near Tresvi, but okay. Okay, and the other guy we gotta talk to is at Fort Heath.
I'm listening.
More doors would be less safe, more in the way of getting out and all. Well, if they're fire doors, they would stop the fire from spreading. Or at least slow the fire from spreading.
What's your story?
Queeps. Queeps. Hey. Just see one of his ears. Have you seen that video of the house that was completely burnt down, but one door was left closed, so the entire room is spotless? Like it was just untouched by the fire. Well, the house wasn't burnt down, but like everything inside was like ash and cinder. And there was a firefighter was walking through it after the fire was put out. Opens the door and it's a bedroom. It's pristine. Because the door was shut.
Yes.
Very polite fire, yes. It can't knock, so it can't enter. Imagine if all fire was actually one being, and it could only, and it was like a vampire, and it could only, because, you know, like, it consumes and it can only burn down your house if you invite it in. But because we've all been using fire for everything all the time, it's always been invited in because it's one being. Which, when we electrify everything, then fire won't be able to enter our buildings anymore. And the big oil is actually run by the fire vampire. So that's why he doesn't want electrification or something. Vampire, there we go. We did it. It's all coming together. Right, Gweeds?
Speak freely,
Yeah.
friend.
You look upset. What? Electricity nearly burnt my house down. But it was the electricity that invited the fire. That's the problem.
What is this about, Redguard?
But I invited the electronic product that did it. Yeah, so that's why we all have to live in shacks like the Unabomber. No electricity. We're all gonna be. Why do you think Amish barns never burn down? That's a fact that I just made up. That's why they keep the technology away from their homes. Because they don't want to invite the fire vampires. The vampires, as we've learned.
I'm listening.
Because, as was said in Dutch, match is Lucifer's, and the Pennsylvania Dutch, who aren't actually Dutch, but, you know, yeah, Lucifer. It all connects. It's all a big wheel. What, you trying to stop me from explaining the truth? You just tapped my shoulder. What? What is it, Queeds?
Yes, Redguard.
What do we need to find here? Harius. Commander Sapilius Tarvetius. Public face of the fort. I prefer. Two of us make a good team. Okay, but where is he?
So where are you from?
Oh. Right. Oh, they took the stuff I stole. No, they took my Imperial hat that I wasn't going to wear. Gotta stop talking to police.
Hello, citizen.
I'm listening. Yes.
Commander Sapilius, whatever, is the ranking officer of the fort. He mostly keeps to himself in the commander's chamber, preferring to let his second-in-command, Urata, deal with it. Okay, so where are his
Would
chambers?
you like to see our selection?
Where? General quarters. You'd think the leader would be in the general quarters, because he's the general. No? You don't want to do rubs? Why do you look so mad? What's the matter? Come on, I don't trust you right now. You got bloodlust in your eyes.
You have my attention.
Infiltrill.
What is
Githel?
this about, Redguard?
I'm guessing because, I don't know, commanders like the workout, so they put their places at the top.
Keep moving.
Keep moving.
That's a stupid hat. Oh, well, this kind of situation is very complicated, you see. Very multifaceted. Okay, so he's against the Queen. There are procedures that govern what kind of threats merit a response from the Legion, and considering the circumstances of Melona's ascension, an uprising against her would fall into something of a gray area. I apologize, but Fort Heath will have to sit this one out. Sure. Okay. See what she has to say. I see, then we are alone, as we've always been. Cyrodiil, I'm sending you to Miss Cartet. Miss Carstead. If Harrius is gathering his people there, then I expect him to be present as well. You are to end this insanity by bringing him and his co-conspirators to justice. I would prefer them alive, but they are traitors to the kingdom. Kill them if you must.
Greetings.
What's your story?
Natural tobacco is relatively healthy for you. I would argue that burning anything and breathing it in might not be a good idea. Regardless of what it is. That's my opinion. But I think it's a pretty well-founded opinion.
You want something, friend?
Do you think anybody's ever made a tobacco salad? Actually, I wonder, is there something... So the chewing tobacco, is there something different about it? That, like, if you ate just, like, raw tobacco leaves, like, is that also dangerous in the same way that, like, chewing tobacco is?
Any time now.
Isn't the unhealthy part of a cigarette all the chemicals and gunk they put in there? Well, I think some of that gunk is just naturally in the tobacco, but it's also on fire. Like, you don't want to breathe ash. Ash isn't a good thing to breathe. Like, like even if you're burning, like, paper, it's probably not smart to breathe, you know, just burning paper. You know, trees are... Like, I don't know. It's just smoke. Smoke inhalation is a problem. Raw would be too bitter. I wonder if anybody's done that. Yeah, nicotine is naturally in tobacco, right? Is tobacco? It's a nightshade, right? Is it in the nightshade plant? It's related to like tomatoes and peppers. Where are we going?
You want something?
Yeah, let's go for a walk. Keep the drum splashy. Take the bass line for a walk. So you're telling us to smoke tomatoes. Well, a smoked tomato might taste good. Isn't that a Simpsons episode? Yeah, they like crossbred tomatoes and tobacco. They make tobacco. It's delicious as a tomato, but as addictive as tobacco. What is the tobacco plant? Because it is a New World crop, right? Yeah, it is a New World crop. Yeah, it is in the Solanaceae family. So it's related to potatoes, tomatoes, eggplant, aubergines for you European weirdos, chili peppers, bell peppers. Yeah. Is there a tobacco fruit? Is there a tobacco fruit? I know potato fruit is poisonous. So I wonder if tobacco fruit also is. Although I wonder, your wild type tomatoes might have been really small, and they might have been selectively bred over time to be bigger. So like your wild tobacco might not have, or any tobacco might not have big fruit. Just because, like, why would you? Well, no, I mean a potato. Oh my, potato fruit. Potato fruit kind of looks like a tomato, but they are small. They're like little berries. That's a potato fruit. Don't eat them. I can't believe Italians used to eat spaghetti without the sauce. Well, there was probably like a garlic oil sauce instead of a tomato sauce. It is funny how so many like quintessential European dishes use crops that have only been like in Europe for the last 500 years or so. Like it's such good food. It's like let's incorporate this. Tomatoes, yes. Tomato sauce. It's great. Peppers. And yet the spiciest of peppers kind of missed Europe and went to other parts of the world. I don't know why Europe didn't really pick up on the chili peppers. I don't like eggplant. Too mushy. I don't like eggplant for the same reason I like the taste of tomatoes. Like I like tomato sauce, but I don't like actual tomatoes. Spicy peppers do exist in Europe. Well, I know you could still get them, but I'm wondering like why they didn't become a mainstay of like a European cuisine the same way it did in like India or, you know, China, Vietnam, like those like other parts of the world where it's like, oh, we're going to use a bunch of this. You know, there's the stereotype, you know, oh, it's too spicy for white people, that whole thing. It's because it's just not common. Harder to grow. Maybe that is it. Yeah, that might be it. Spanish. Do Spanish dishes, like in Spain, do they use chilies? I would assume so, considering chilies come from, like, the currently Spanish-speaking parts of the Americas. Don't they have their own peppers? In Europe, not chili peppers. There's pepper, like the spice, which I believe is, I don't know if it's from Europe, but it's from the old world, as it's colloquially referred to. Black pepper, long pepper, Szechuan pepper. But the pepper from peppercorns is different than the spice from peppercorns is different than the spice from chili peppers. It's different chemicals, so they feel different. Paprika. But that's the spice. That's not a chili pepper. That's a spice. Spain doesn't really do spicy food like Latin America or Mexico. Maybe it is a climate thing. Maybe it is harder to cultivate those types of peppers. Paprika is made from a chili pepper? Oh. I thought it was from a peppercorn. Or maybe it's one of those things where it's like, well, depending on what region you're in. It was made from dried ground red peppers. Oh, okay. I was wrong. It is traditionally made from capsicum annuum. Okay. I really like chipotle peppers. You can get chipotle peppers in an adobo sauce. You can buy it canned. It is so good. Hotter climates eat spicy foods because it cools you down. I've heard that if you live in an arid environment, drinking hot drinks can actually help cool you down because it makes you sweat a bit more. But I don't know how true that is. Also, people don't really live in arid environments as much as they do in like very humid, hot environments. Like, oh yeah, we live in a desert. It's like I feel like that's a relatively new thing. Is that a leopard? Is that a cheetah print Colovian fur hat? Are you kidding me? Hold on, I'm getting a phone call. Sorry about that. I gotta send a text to someone. In Russia, they eat raw bell peppers as a snack. That's what I do. Bell peppers are great. There we go. See you around, Moanfels. They're tobacco infusions like tea or coffee. Oh, like herbal tea made out of tobacco. Wait, did I not loot the hat? We gotta wear that. Like, there we go. Like, it's less armor, but like, it's only 10 points. There we go. Look at this drip. Where's my Daedric shoulder? Oh, it got taken away because I stole it. Damn it. Why are hats light armor instead of clothing? I don't know. Aren't all clothes really light armor if you think about it? Yeah, I suppose. I mean, didn't that, for people back in ye olde days, when you couldn't really afford full plate, you just wear really padded fabric and, like, wool, and that would help with, slashes. It would kind of dampen the blow. So isn't that what they wear under the armor as well? They wear, like, a gambeson. Is that what it's called, a gambeson? Where it's basically just a fluffy piece of fabric. You wore padded fabric under the plate, yeah. But if you couldn't afford the plate, the padded fabric was still better than nothing. A bambison? That's what... when it's made out of deer, it's a bambison. Yep. That was pointless.
Surrender now, and I might let you live. You're mine.
Nope. Jonab Hecken.
You should have picked an easier.
That's a goofy looking hammer.
Help me! Get him!
Oh, get back here. Nord Steel. Oh, that's a cool helmet. Aha, broke a shield. Dummy. That's too bad. This is before the Geneva Convention. I don't have to, I'm not obligated to not kill people who are surrendering. If anybody asks, you didn't surrender. And you're not going to be around to prove me wrong. Because you'll be dead. And I'll be the winner. I write the history. And then I'm going to tell them that when you died, you also shit yourself. So not only will you be dead, but you'll be embarrassed. You're going to go to Sovngarde with poopy pants. The more powerful weapons become, the more we realized how pointless heavy defenses were. We stopped building walls around cities because cannons made them pointless. Yeah, but now we just have mobile cannons with armored walls. We move the walls to the cannons.
I will enjoy this.
Quistis Tunius. Colovian Lantern. I feel like is there a path this way? Where is this pathway? Is it downstairs? It's probably downstairs. It's downstairs. I was right.
You won't escape
Surrender
me
now,
that
and I
easily.
might let you live.
Pointless. Give in.
Murderer! You'll pay for that!
Really? You're a murderer. We're only trying to conduct a coup. How could you? Enact a coup? Do a coup? What's the verb for coup? Tweet? Because birds? Like a chicken coup? Coup? Cuckoo? I have no idea.
It's about time.
Oh, he's purple. Imagine paralyzing someone, hitting them with a sword a dozen times, and they still don't die. Launch a coup? Yeah, that works. That looks like an ebony sword. Kahari. That's a Yoku Claymore. Hmm. Still not as good as the Abysmal Blade.
You're growing weak. You should have picked an easier opponent.
I should have picked an easier opponent. Yorton the Mouse. I'm just the cook. What is...
Come on, fight!
Is a Nord or an Imperial? Wouldn't want to use shock on a Nord. Less effective. I'm over encumbered. Dick. Where'd that other guy go? I need like a slow burn poison. Fire damage 1 to 5 points on touch for 30 seconds. That's exactly what I was thinking of. But cast when used. Because when they run away, it'd be nice if they died as they were running. There it is. You can talk to the NPCs before this quest. Look at that. He ran away and he managed to grow a set of balls. Didn't do him much. But he did it. Still tried. How hard is it to tell the difference between human races between games? You wouldn't know Hadvar was a Nord if the game didn't tell you. I think Skyrim does a good job at it, kind of. I mean, I guess the humans are tough. But the Nords in Skyrim all seem to have some sort of like an accent. That kind of signifies it. The Bretons and the Imperials are tough to tell apart. I think the Bretons are a little more pale. Maybe.
Keep your distance. I'm not looking for a fight.
I'm not looking for a fight, he says as he launches a fireball at me. Bretons used to be really tall. Wonder why they changed that in later games. When were they really tall? Daggerfall? Oh. You don't really run into any NPCs in Daggerfall that aren't Bretons. It's like Bretons and Redguards. It's like all the people you run into. I gotta go cut some wood up before it starts getting dark. Ooh, fancy man. Gotta cut wood before the winter comes. Thank you, call sign. See you around. So Melona's newest lapdog arrives to do her dirty work once again. How expected. Well, she's not gonna come here herself. Are you kidding me? Brian's hail from the province of High Rock. You are part of a tall, fair-skinned people, highly intelligent and willful. Oh, so it just said that. Now they're quite short. Well, they seem to be just regular human-sized. The Nords seem to be taller. But you cannot stop what is coming. When I announce myself to Anvil, its citizens will know me as their rightful ruler. For I am Urak Vernitus, last of the Shore Kings, and through the eternal unlife granted to me by the Vampirium Order, vampire, that's going to enter your house and then burn it down, I will be the immortal architect of this kingdom's golden age. You're the Shore King? I've waited 200 years for this moment. Since the day I fled this keep, seeking immunity from the plague that consumed my birthright, I ached for the day I could return, and it is finally here. Yes, I am the Shore King, and the queen you serve will fall in line before me or perish. Last of the Short Kings. Do they ever distinguish what kind of elves Bretons derive from? Dureni. The Dureni elves, who I believe were Aldemir. I think they were Dureni. You don't have to die. The queen wants you alive. What a proposition. I suppose I would join Akaterina's dear father in the prisons, then. Yep. As tempting as living out the rest of my considerable days as the trophy of a false queen sounds, I hope you understand my refusal. This began here, and it will end here. This coup has no chance of succeeding. And who will stop me? I suppose High Admiral Hassie might try again. Of course, there's a guy standing in front of you with a friggin' sword. Are you kidding me? Of course, that would only be if he finds himself long enough excused from the royal bedroom. Ooh. Or will it be Melona's other distraction, Princess Alessia of Coral? No, she's not even in the game yet. No, I happen to know that both the Legion and the Navy are as tired of this charade as the people of Anvil. If anyone is going to stop me, it will have to be you. So let us fight and be done with it. Oh, he's fast. Quick, adrenaline rush. Ow. And, burn. Burn. No, fire. No, stop. Stop. What does this do? Fortify alteration on self and fire damage on touch. Yeah, I want to touch him. Let me touch you. Okay, he's burning. As vampires don't like to do. Oh shit, oh my god. Jesus Christ. Oh my god. I'm just getting bullied. Wow. Where'd the other one go? Did the other one just die in the crossfire?
You'll pay for that.
Oh. Jeez. Oh, he's got pointy ears. Where'd the other guy go? Oh, he died. How did he die? He just got hit in the crossfire. When there was all this chaos going on, I guess I don't know, he tripped. Valkistan. Shield 15 points on touch. Fortify attack on touch. It's not that great. It's a short blade. What about this? Another short blade. Vampirium Order Leech Claw. Absorb 10 to 30 points of health. Hmm. Hey man. Please I go to jail or whatever the queen wants as long as you don't do anything hasty. Okay.
Come on, fight! Help! I need help!
He didn't have anything on him. So the humanoids that have elf ears might be a different... They could be like... Maybe they're like river folk or something. Like, what race is this guy? Harius the Mistral. Because I don't think he has the pointy ears because he's a... Because he's a vampire. Makes their teeth pointy. The Mistral. And he's an Imperial. Why does he have pointy ears? Does vampirism give you pointy ears? There is a Khajiit variant with no tails. The Omaze Rot. Or the Omaze.
You've got my ear, let's hear it.
Go ahead. I'm all ears.
So Harius, or whoever he was, and his accomplices are dead. Seneschal, you have prevented the unthinkable. It is through your efforts and yours alone that I remain Queen Regent. But words alone cannot do your actions justice. Such exemplary performance demands remuneration. First, I give you the helmet of Benduolo, a worthy artifact for one of your stature. Second, I give you $5,000 from the kingdom's treasury to do as you wish. Finally, of greatest import, I bestow upon you the kingdom's highest honor. For your success in thwarting Harius the Mestral's plans, I name you Cyrodiil, Marshal of the Seas. Rise to your title with pride, and know that all in the kingdom of Anvil should look upon you as a hero and a savior. An advancement. Okay, we're on Marshal. That's it. We reached the rank of Marshal. And now I can conduct the coup.
Long enough.
This is pointless. You fight like a coward.
Aha! Now I'm the king. I was king for a minute.
You seem like very good company.
What is this helmet? Fortify agility and willpower. That's
You've got my
terrible.
ear, let's hear it.
Way worse than this hat. Yeah.
Well met.
Where's this little fucker? Morrowind speedrun gremlin %. I just found out Space Ghost died. How does a ghost die?
You seem like very good company. You seem like very
You've
good
got
company.
my ear, let's hear it.
Where is... I heard it. I'm trying to listen. Ah. I swear I just heard Boris's voice actor. The same guy did the voice in Morrowind. He did the voice of Cyrus in Redguard. He did the voices of Redguards in Morrowind and Oblivion. Or some of them.
You've got my ear. Let's hear it.
The same voice actor.
Greetings to you. A pleasure to meet you.
Does she have pointy ears? No. What? Alright, so that's the Kingdom of Anvil. We got a fancy hat. Should we wear this hat or should we wear the Colovian fur hat? Which one do you think is better? This one's stupider, but the other one matches.
What's this about?
But this hat does demonstrate our commitment to saving Tamriel. Oh, actually, there's one more thing we have to do. And then I'm going to take a quick break, and then we'll figure something else out.
With pleasure.
Greetings, greetings. Oh, I see you're wounded.
So I downloaded a few mods for Skyrim because there was that comment that said playing Skyrim as Telvanni would be interesting. And I downloaded a bunch of magic mods. And there's one mod called Triumvirate. I think it's Triumvirate, where it adds mage archetypes. And one of the archetypes is Warlock, and I feel like a Telvanni would be a Warlock. But wouldn't it be like, so you can commit crimes and everything, but you can't like do the whole save reload thing? Like basically, if you want something, you just take it. And you deal with the consequences, because that's what a Telvanni would do. So you would need to rely on like illusion, right? It's like, oh, these guards are pestering me, poof, and you just stop them. So like looks like it could be fun doing like a really like leaning really heavily into magic. And like there's also the Anai Scion mods for like faiths of Skyrim and standing stones, so everything is more there's like more benefits but also more what's the word, drawbacks. Like I think one of the things I read was the mage or the Atronax sign, you absorb magicka from killing people, but I think you can't restore magicka at all anyway. Looks interesting. I see you got a nice border around your webcam now. Yeah, that was like a month ago. But yeah, it's very subtle. I like it. Where's the place I'm looking for? Where's the... Not the Mages Guild. Where's... Where's the bazaar? There it is, 38. Okay, it's right there. Oh, there it is. What's nice about the the border though is it tells me like if I accidentally for whatever reason, hold on. How do I open up this folder? If something happens, whoops, not that. And like my camera gets moved, I know I can like figure out a way to like just like nestle it back. And then I can be like, okay, it's too far to that side, it's too far, and I could it'll be easier for me to set correctly. Because they're two separate things, so like the odds of one of them moving is very or the odds of both of them move, I don't know. I don't know what I'm trying to say. I like it. Damn it.
You seem like very good company.
Look at me, I didn't do it.
That was creepy.
You seem like
How'd I miss?
good company.
There we go. So we've killed all three. That was the third one. We're done. We've saved
You seem
Tamriel.
like very good
Greetings
company.
to you.
Is there a fourth one somewhere that we don't know about?
Your turn to talk.
No, the shittos.
Yes, out loud.
No,
Anytime now.
Pumbliss and Scrumbo. Ockley. And that one that was eating the figs.
You seem like very good company.
Okay, I don't like them. Maybe the fourth is the friends we made along the way. I don't know. Is there a fourth one somewhere? Oh no, have I become the fourth? Oh, yuppie num num. Oh no. They're trying to recruit you for a threesome. We saw you from across the bar. We like your vibe. All right, we're going to take a quick break, and then I'm going to figure out what we're going to do next. So I'll be right back. Just save. Player sets. Oops. No. Yuppie num num. And in his rage, he grew 10 sizes, 10 size times size. His heart grew 10 sizes that day or something. I'm stuck. Yuppie num num. There we go. The weird thing about changing your scale is that, so if we do like player dot set like acrobatics, set our acrobatics to 100 so we jump pretty far, right? If we set our scale to be small, we still jump as far as we do. Our scale doesn't affect our jump distance, but it affects our run speed. Very strange. Can you beat Morrowind as a little guy?
Did you say something?
You won't escape me that easily, Redguard.
Just breaking people's ankles.
Seize him.
I have the upper hand.
Morrowind, but every level you shrink by 1%.
This is pointless.
I'll make this quick. I have the upper hand.
This guy has a lot of health.
I need help.
Where do you think you're going? Oh, I'm so small.